Now we're going to talk about Keanu Reeves, who along with China Mavel wrote the book Elsewhere. Keanu Reeves' life is like a movie, it's full of success, heartbreak, and determination. He's one of Hollywood's favorite stars, not just for his roles in The Matrix and John Wick, but also for the kind of person he is off-screen. Over the years, fans have admired him for being quietly generous, sticking with unimaginable losses, and staying humble in a business where everyone is driven by egos. But life hasn't been kind to Keanu. He's been through more pain than most people would ever imagine, losing people he loved, fighting his own demons, and still managing to keep going. But just when it looked like his luck was finally turning for the better, fate had another plan. What we recently learned about Keanu isn't just shocking, it's sad. But first, let's look back at how he got to where he is now, how success, tragedy, and his unbreakable will have all worked together to deliver him. The early life of Keanu Reeves is as interesting as any Hollywood movie. There are lots of ups and downs, tragedy and moments of sheer toughness. Keanu was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon. He had an unusual childhood. His mother, Patricia, was an English costume designer, and his father, Samuel, was of mixed Hawaiian, Chinese, English, and Portuguese descent. But things weren't always perfect. When Keanu was 3 years old, Samuel left the family, and that was the last time he saw his mother. When Keanu was 13, he went to Hawaii for a visit. When Keanu's parents got divorced, his mom moved the family a lot, first to Sydney, then to New York, and finally to Toronto, where Keanu spent most of his childhood. His mother remarried several times, but none of the marriages lasted. This kind of instability shaped Keanu's childhood and taught him independence at a young age. Keanu didn't like school, he went to 4 different high schools and was even kicked out of one for being too wild. He had trouble reading and writing, but he loved ice hockey and was so good at it that he wanted to play for the Canadian Olympic team, but an injury ended that dream. Around the same time, he discovered acting and knew at age 15 that that was what he wanted to do with his life. His big break came in the early 1980s when he started appearing in small roles and commercials on TV, including a Coca-Cola ad. His talent was clear, but Hollywood wasn't always kind to him. His agents were nice to him and even told him at one point that he should change his name because Keanu didn't sound unique. For a short time, he went by the name Casey Reeves, but he ultimately chose to keep his own name, which would become famous. One of his early breakout roles was in River's Edge, 1986, a teen movie about teens dealing with a murder. Critics loved it, and Keanu's performance was praised. Then came Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, 1989, which made him famous. The two crazy time travelers won hearts. Keanu became Hollywood's go-to-cool, laid-back guy, but he didn't want to be seen as just another teen heartthrob, so he took on more serious roles, like in My Own Private Idaho, 1991, where he played a street hustler with problems with his close friend River Phoenix. Around the same time, he starred in Point Break, 1991, an action movie that required him to learn how to surf. His role as an undercover FBI agent became famous, and the movie was a huge hit. He also played bass guitar in a band called Dogstar, showing that he wasn't just good at acting. In 1994, he co-starred with Sandra Bullock in Speed, an action thriller about a bus that would blow up if it fell below 50 miles per hour. The movie was a big hit at the box office and cemented Keanu's reputation as an action hero. But life outside of fame wasn't all sunshine and roses. That same year, Keanu's best friend River Phoenix died. He was devastated, but he kept going. His journey in Hollywood wasn't easy, but Keanu's determination helped him get where he was going. His acting skills and kindness made him one of the most beloved actors in the business. Just when things were finally going well for him, he suffered another heartbreak that was even worse than the first one. During the mid-1990s, Keanu Reeves had a mix of film and stage projects, some of which did well and others not so well. But one thing was for sure, he was always trying out new roles, whether they were in action-packed sci-fi movies or sad plays. One of his biggest movies up to that point was Johnny Mnemonic, 1995, a cyberpunk action movie set in the far future of 2021. So much for that being in the future. Keanu played a guy with a cybernetic brain implant who had to deliver a secret data package before it killed him or before the Yakuza killed him first. Sounds exciting, right? Unfortunately, most critics thought Keanu was miscast and that the movie itself was too campy. However, some, like the famous critic Roger Ebert. Also that same year, he was in A Walk in the Clouds, a romantic drama about a soldier who came home from war to try to start a new life. Some critics thought it was touching and beautifully shot, while others thought it was too sweet and sentimental with little substance. But Keanu wasn't just acting in movies, he also made a big step into play acting in 1995 when he played Prince Hamlet in a stage production of Hamlet in Winnipeg, Canada. It was hard because Shakespeare's plays are known for their strong emotions and complicated language, but Keanu, who has always loved Shakespeare, gave it his all. One critic even said he was one of the 3 best Hamlets they had ever seen, praising the raw emotion and passion he brought to the role. For Keanu, the process was very personal. He later admitted that playing Hamlet made him realize how angry he was at his mother, which he hadn't known before. Keanu went back to sci-fi with Chain Reaction, 1996, a thriller about a young scientist who is wrongly accused of a crime he did not commit. The film had an interesting premise and a good cast that included Morgan Freeman and Rachel Weisz, but critics called it formulaic and gave it a 16% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Things did not get better with Feeling Minnesota, 1996, a crime comedy he co-starred in with Cameron Diaz and Vincent D'Onofrio. Again, critics were not impressed and most found it to be. Some even said Keanu was miscast completely. Now Keanu had to make a big choice. The studio offered him $12 million to return for Speed 2 Cruise Control, a follow-up to the hit 1994 movie that made him a big-name action star, but Keanu turned them down. He read the script and didn't like it, so he left to go on tour with his band Dog Star and work on other projects. This decision didn't go unnoticed. 20th Century Fox reportedly wouldn't work with him again. After 10 years, Keanu may have made the right choice. Speed 2 was a critical and commercial failure, and Keanu was on tour with Dog Star. In 1997, he starred in The Last Time I Committed Suicide, a drama based on a true letter written by author Neil Cassidy to his friend Jack Kerouac. The film got mixed reviews. Some thought Keanu's performance was dull, while others thought it was one of his more passionate ones. Things took a different turn in 1997, when he starred in The Devil's Advocate, A. In The Devil's Advocate, he played a young, ambitious lawyer who unknowingly starts working for the devil, played by Al Pacino. The movie was suspenseful, dramatic, and even a little scary, and critics liked it. Keanu was so eager to work with Al Pacino that he even took a pay cut so the studio could pay the legendary actor. That decision paid off, as The Devil's Advocate was a hit and showed that Keanu was more than just an action star. During this time, Keanu had some failures, but he also showed that he wasn't afraid to take risks. He turned down a huge salary for a movie he didn't think was worth it, tried his hand at theater, and kept trying new things. Little did he know that his biggest career moment was about to come, Love Loss and the saddest news yet for Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is always private, but his life is full of deep love, sharp heartbreaks, and a hidden search for purpose. He is one of the most respected Hollywood stars not because of the movies he makes, but because he has been through so much with strength and goodness. In 1998, Keanu dated Jennifer Sim, who worked as an assistant to director David Lynch. They met at a party for David Lynch's rock band Dogar and quickly became engaged. Things were going well in their relationship, and they were planning to have a child together in 1999, but on December 24, 1999, Jennifer gave birth, which was a terrible tragedy. They were only 8 months along in their pregnancy, but the baby was still born early. The couple was devastated and soon broke up. Keanu and Jennifer got back together and were starting to date again when Jennifer was killed in a car accident in Los Angeles in April 2001. She wasn't wearing her seatbelt and was drunk at the time of the accident. Keanu was heartbroken and told Jennifer's family about what happened. Investigators that they had spent time together the day before in San Francisco, and that he even acted as a pallbearer at her funeral, where Jennifer was buried with their daughter. Keanu was very sad about Jennifer's death. He was supposed to start filming the Matrix sequels in the spring of 2001, but his Dog Star bandmate Brett Domsero says he needed time to heal before he could continue. Despite his pain, Keanu stayed close to people who thought he was dating. One of his longest-lasting and most interesting friendships is with actress Winona Ryder. The two of them were in Bram Stoker's Dracula in 1992, and in one scene they were married in a real ceremony led by a Romanian priest. To this day, Winona jokes that Keanu is her husband, and he laughs it off, saying that they might actually be married. In 2009, Keanu met artist Alexandra Grant at a dinner party. They became fast friends and made 2 art projects together. Over the years, their friendship turned into something more, and in 2019, they made their relationship public. Fans were thrilled for Keanu, thrilled to see him in love again after everything he had been through. Keanu doesn't talk about religion a lot, but when asked directly, he has said that he believes in God, inner faith, self-passion, and other spiritual things, though he doesn't belong to any particular religion. Filming Little Buddha, however, had a lasting effect on him. Buddhism in. He liked Buddhism's teachings about knowing your feelings, accepting them as they are, and being compassionate. He once said that what he got from Buddhism weren't religious ideas, but deep human teachings about life and humanity. Keanu's influence has even reached the world of science. In 2023, scientists named a new compound keanumycin after him. It's a lipopeptide that kills fungi dead, like a nanocale action hero. Scientists thought the name fit because it kills so effectively. Even though Keanu has an award in science, he has been thinking a lot about something much bigger, life and death. In 2024, he told the public what he was thinking, saying, "I'm thinking about death all the time. That's a good thing. Hopefully it's not crippling, but hopefully it makes us appreciate the breath we have and the relationships we can build." It's not surprising that Keanu is so aware of how short life is when you consider how much he has lost. Even with all of his philosophical thoughts, Keanu keeps pushing himself. In 2024, he competed in his first motorsports event, the Toyota GR Cup North America, at the famous Indianapolis Motor Speedway, finishing 25th in the first race and 24th in the second. He didn't win, but it was clear that he wasn't there to compete. He was there for the experience, the rush of trying something new. With all of his thoughts on love, loss, and himself, Keanu Reeves is still one of Hollywood's most interesting and. Whether he's racing cars, acting in action movies, or co-authoring books with his girlfriend, Keanu continues to live his life on his own terms, quietly reflecting and with an unmistakable sense of adventure. He helps people in need because his sister fought leukemia, and seeing her fight had a profound effect on him. Instead of just giving money, he did something. He set up a private cancer foundation that helps children's hospitals and. Keanu doesn't make a big deal about his charity work like most celebrities do. He once said, "Money is the last thing I think about. I could live on what I have already made for the next few centuries." In 2020, he volunteered at Camp Rainbow Gold, an Idaho-based charity that helps kids who are fighting cancer. His kindness has not gone unnoticed. In fact, Enco Daily named him one of the 100 most influential celebrities in oncology for it. Keanu is known to be one of the most generous people in Hollywood. There's a famous rumor that he gave between $35 million and $125 million of The Matrix's profits to the special effects and makeup departments. The truth is a little different. He actually gave up some of his profits so the movie could have a bigger budget for visual effects. Either way, his choice was good for the movie and the crew, and his kindness extends to big productions. While filming The Matrix, he learned that one of the crew members was having money problems. Without thinking twice, he gave that person $20,000 to help them out. For the stunt team of The Matrix Reloaded, he went one step further and bought a Harley-Davidson motorcycle for each of the 12 members as a way to show his appreciation for their hard work. He said, "I just wanted to give a bigger thank you to all these guys who helped me make this." When filming for John Wick, Chapter 4 was over, Keanu continued the tradition by giving each member of the stunt team a personalized Rolex Submariner watch. He even had t-shirts made for the extras that showed how many times their character had died in the movie. Keanu doesn't just give money, he goes out of his way to find ways to help. In 2023, he teamed up with director Chad Stahelski and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master Dave Camarillo to sign a limited edition training uniform. An autographed item was auctioned off, and the money raised went to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, which helps kids with life-threatening illnesses. In 2024, he took part in another important project. He signed a one-day deal with the Windsor Spitfires, a Canadian hockey team, and auctioned off autographed items to raise money for the Canadian Mental Health Association of Windsor, Essex. Keanu isn't just interested in movies, he also loves motorcycles, books, and telling stories. In 2011, Keanu co-founded Arch Motorcycle Company with Gard Hollinger. The company makes custom motorcycles for bikers like Keanu, who has been riding bikes for a long time. He also co-founded Company Films with his friend Stephen Hamill, which lets him make independent films that aren't part of the mainstream Hollywood system. Keanu's love of stories doesn't end at the screen. In 2017, he co-founded XA Artists Books XAB with Jessica Fleshman and longtime friend and collaborator Alexandra Grant. The publishing company focuses on artistic and experimental books. Keanu has even co-written 2 books with Grant, Ode to Happiness and Shadows. These books combine his poetic skills with her photography and artwork, showing a new side of his creative abilities. A hard-working star, Keanu was always a calm person. Time magazine once called him Hollywood's ultimate introvert, and his co-workers say he is quiet, generous, and hard-working. Director Francis Lawrence worked with him on Constantine. Shia LaBeouf, who worked with Keanu for more than a year, admitted, "I don't really know him that much." Lawrence Fishburne, Keanu's longtime Matrix co-star, called him kinder than people say he is and a very gentle, highly intelligent man in 2023. Actor and comedian Aziz Ansari even joked that Keanu is really an angel who is just pretending to be human for his movie roles. Aziz Ansari and Hiroyuki Sanada, who worked with Keanu with him in John Wick 4, did a great job of showing how humble, kind, and hard on himself he is. He's always trying to do his best. The sad Keanu meme and internet fame. In 2010, a picture of Keanu sitting alone on a bench and staring into space went viral, becoming the sad Keanu meme. The internet went crazy, and some fans even made June 15 Cheer Up Keanu Day. When asked about the photo, Keanu just laughed and said, "Man, I was having a sandwich. I was thinking I had some things going on. I was hungry." With time, his combination of reserved charm, consideration and down-to-earth personality made him an internet phenomenon. His people skills, whether on camera or in person, earned him the nickname the Internet's Boyfriend from fans. Vox and Screen Rant labeled him one of the nicest actors in Hollywood, and The Guardian and the BBC dubbed him the nicest man in Hollywood. Keanu became an even greater hit in 2019 after a visit on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Asked how he feels about dying, Keanu said, "Flat out, I know that." His emotional response went viral on social media, and one New Yorker writer called it a transcendent moment. Keanu doesn't just play heroes on screen, he also acts like one in real life. For example, when his United Airlines flight to Burbank had to make an emergency landing in Bakersfield in 2019, Keanu didn't just sit there and wait for help, he helped the passengers find other ways to get to their destination and even kept them company. For fun, he read them interesting facts about Bakersfield and played country music on his phone. Later, Time magazine joked, "If you're looking for a road trip buddy, Keanu Reeves should be at the top of your list." That same year, while filming Bill and Ted Face the Music, he saw a house with a sign that said, "You're breathtaking." A phrase that became a meme after his Cyberpunk 2077 appearance. Instead of just waving, Keanu stopped to sign the banner and talk to the family, showing once again why he's so loved. That's not all the nice things he did in 2022, he made headlines when he surprised a fan in the UK at her wedding. He met the bride-to-be, James Rodite, at a pub, and he surprised the couple by showing up at the wedding reception as a guest. The bride, Nikki, described him as a really nice guy who was down to earth even when he was on his own Dog Star show. In 2023, Keanu made a young boy's day by playing catch with him before the performance. The boy, Elijah, asked if Keanu would like to play, and Keanu smiled and agreed. The two threw a football back and forth, and the boy later said it was the best moment of his life and that he would treasure the ball forever. Awards and success. Keanu Reeves has been a Hollywood star since 1985, starring in some of the best and most popular movies of all time by Rotten Tomatoes. Reeves has won a lot of awards for his acting. He has won 4 MTV Movie Awards, which are known for honoring fun and fan-favorite movies. He was also nominated for 2 Saturn Awards for Best Actor. Excellence in Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films. For his role in John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum 2019, he was nominated for 2 awards at the People's Choice Awards, Favorite Male Movie Star and Favorite Action Movie Star. Reeves has also been praised for his contributions to entertainment and pop culture. In 2015, People magazine named him the sexiest man alive of 1994, when his speed made him famous. In 2021, Taekwondo Life magazine named him the biggest martial arts movie star in the world. Following the success of his action movies at the box office later that year, Reeves was named one of the most influential Asians of the year by Goldhouse, an organization that recognizes influential Asian leaders. He was also given the prestigious Inkpot Award at San Diego Comic-Con for his lifetime achievements in film, TV, comics, and literature. From fast-paced action movies to emotional dramas, Reeves has built a prestigious career over many years. His dedication to the craft and many new fans have made Keanu Reeves's impact in Hollywood clear. He has a lot of exciting projects coming up over the next few years, ranging from action-packed sequels to Broadway shows and even anime. First up, he'll be starring with Seth Rogen and Aziz Ansari in Good Fortune, which will be Ansari's first film as a director. After that, Reeves will be in Outcome, a dark comedy by Jonah Hill that will be released on Apple TV+. Reeves isn't done with his most famous action role yet. In 2025, he'll play John Wick again in Ballerina, a spin-off movie from the John Wick franchise. Fans can also look forward to The Entertainment System is Down, a satirical film written and directed by Ruben Östlund, who is known for telling sharp and thought-provoking stories. Reeves is also producing a documentary on famous martial artist Benny Wrights that will come out in 2025. On top of that, he's trying something new on Broadway later that same year. The stage in Jamie Lloyd's Waiting for GDAU. One of the most exciting projects in the works is a movie based on Br Reeves's own comic book series. Netflix is making the movie, and there's even a chance that Reeves will direct it. After the movie, Netflix will make a 2-season anime series based on BRZRK, which will be produced by the famous animation house IG. And finally, fans of John Wick 5 might have to wait a little while longer for a sequel by Lionsgate director Chad Stahelski has said that he'd like to put the franchise on hold for now, but the John Wick universe keeps growing. There's a new TV show coming out called John Wick Under the High Table, and Reeves will be an executive producer. From blockbuster action and comedy movies to The Great White Way and anime, Reeves is once again showing that he's one of Hollywood's most versatile stars. Keanu Reeves' life has been a mix of amazing triumphs and tragic struggles. A huge star in Hollywood as he became, things weren't always easy for him. He lost his father when he was young and later lost his girlfriend Jennifer Sim in a tragic accident. These tragedies had a big effect on him, but he never let them control him. Even with all of his success and wealth, Reeves has never been cocky and usually gives huge amounts of money to people in need. His kindness, generosity, and quiet personality have won him fans all over Hollywood. Even with all the praise, Reeves has had professional setbacks, personal loss, and times of being alone. Despite these challenges, he has kept going and enjoys his job and the people he works with. Whether through his movies, his charity work, or just being a nice guy, he has given millions of people hope. His story shows that no matter how bad things get, you can keep going, be kind, and make a difference. Keanu Reeves is not only an action hero in the movies, He's also a hero in real life, and that's A. This is the end of Keanu Reeves's amazing life story, which was full of ups and downs and everything in between. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more great videos. Let us know what you think about Keanu's journey and which of his movies you like best in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.